Banban is now on red. Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video, where today I'm going to be putting the Banban characters into the Life series. The Life series is a series created by Grian, a Minecraft YouTuber, where all the players have 3 lives, green, yellow, and red. Once they reach their red life, they become hostile and attack each other and commit violence. It's very Hunger Games-esque, and it's really cool. Today I'm going to be doing it based on 3rd life, and I have all of these characters. I might cut some out by the next game. Anytime I do one of these, which is when the 8th game releases. So let's get started. So we have, everyone currently has 3 lives. Begin! So Celine and Ramamba have made an alliance. Team Nomads, Sir Daddy, Bashista, Kitty Source, and Mr. Banban have made an alliance. Team Perimeter. Syringan has joined Team Nomads. Slow Celine, Ramamba, and Syringan. That's a team. Tamataki and Chamataki and Opila Bird have made an alliance. Plains Coven. Tarbird, Captain Fiddles, Truffletooth, and Banban have made an alliance with Tabin Underground Roomies. Nabnab, Bittergiggle, and Zophius have made an alliance. It's Furious Shards. Nabnalina, Jumbo Josh, Sheriff Toaster, and Stinger Flynn have made an alliance. Plains Overseers. Little Beak has joined Team Nomads. So Team Nomads consists of Socialini, Ramamba, Syringan, and Little Beak. That's one heck of a team! Beargale still Nabnab in Little Beak's banner. Truffletooth falls into a ravine but manages to survive. Good on you, Truffletooth. Tamataki and Chamataki and Sir Dadu share some iron with Nabnalina. Opila Bird. Syringan and Kittysaurus offer a few dimes to Banbalina and Queen Boncelia. Ramamba and Zophius steal Jumbo Josh and so Celine's pets. What type of pets would they have? Sheriff Toaster and Tarbird start a bit. Okay. Captain Fiddles crafts a crossbow. Stinger Flynn, Banban, Bashista, Mr. Bobman, and Flumbo play a fun British game. No one dies, thankfully. Thank goodness. Although none of these characters are British. Technically, they're Canadian, which is kind of British. Never mind, I just proved my point. Nabnab, Tamataki, and Chamataki, and Zophius consider being in an alliance together, but decide against it. Okay. Mr. Gabobman spends far too long trying to get goat horns. How does Mr. Gabobman do anything? He's Mr. Gabobman. Banban spends some time fishing. Alone? He'd be doing without somebody. Bittergiggle, Bashista, and Captain Fiddles propose a truce with Stinger Flynn. Queen Boncelia and Nabnalina make some lighthearted banter with Little Beak, Sir Dadadu, Jumbo Josh, Socialine, and Sheriff Toadster. Flumbo offers Tarbird and Syringan a good trade, which they accept. Okay, Ramamba, Banbalina, and Truffletooth explore the map as a group. Opila Bird and Kitty start a bit. Truffletooth was ambushed at night and was blown up by a creeper. Truffletooth, you should be good at night. You're a moving torch. Truffletooth is the first death. The first on yellow. Stinger Flynn promises to come to Socialine, Opila Birds, and Sheriff Toaster's aid if they're in trouble. That's very uncharacteristic of him. Banbalina crafts a crossbow. Zophius offers Ramamba, Kittysaurus, and Nabnalina a large amount of resources. Tarbird, Sir Dadu, and Little Beak jump scare Tarbird, Tamataki, and Chamataki. Banban, Bittergiggle, Syringan, and Captain Fiddles. Did that make you jump? Bashista and Queen Boncelia start a bit. Flumbo's team steals Team's Perimeter's cows. So currently we have all these teams. Teams Flumbo, Banbalina, and Queen Boncelia aren't in an alliance. Okay, Session 2. Captain Fiddles and Bashista and Bittergiggle help Sir Dadu and Little Beak set up a farm. Banbalina and Stinger Flynn steal Tarbird, Banban, Opila Bird, Queen Bounce's, Jumbo Josh's, and Kittysaurus' Trivia Bot. This is not wildlife. Tamataki and Chamataki offer a few diamonds to Mr. Gabobman, which he may accept depending on what the random voice says. Socialine falls into a ravine but manages to survive. She probably just tucked into her shell. Truffletooth and Sheriff Toaster promise to come to Nabnalina as aid if they're in trouble. These two have never met Nabnalina. These two canonically have never met Nabnalina. Cool. Flumbo offers Ramamba, Zophius, Nabnab, Syringan a large amount of resources. Queen Boncelia, Syringan, Captain Fiddles, and Ramamba play a fun British game. Zophius falls into a ravine. How? How can Zolfius fall into a ravine? He's literally a giant floating face. Sure, he has to have legs, but if he falls into a ravine, it's like falling in a small gap in the ground. Opila Bird and Flumbo trampled Tomataki and Chomataki and Turtlebird's crops. Sir Dadadoo, Sheriff Toaster, and Truffletoot harass the other players with goat horns. Nab kills Brushista and Jumbo Josh's pet Nab. I get you're lonely, but no need to take it out on Brushista and Jumbo Josh. Josh is probably going to get back at you. Brushista, we know nothing about her personality. Banbalina, Nabnalina, and Lobby trample socially and Beargiggle and Mr. Kabobman's crops. Does Mr. Kabobman need to eat? Technically, none of the characters need to eat. They have no biological necessity to eat or drink. Kitty Source promises to come to Stinger Flynn and Banban's aid if they're in trouble. How can he promise this if he can't speak? Okay. Captain Fiddle, Banbalina, and Nabnalina clears some of the map to build. What are they building? What would these three build? Kitty Source kills Tomataki and Tomataki, Tarbird, Appealbird, Syringe, and Zolfius, and Sheriff Toaster's pet. Kitty Source! You absolute psycho, you! Soslane and Ramamba consider being in an alliance together, but decide against it. Aren't they already in an alliance? Sir Dadadoo promises to come to Truffletoot, Brushista, Beargirl, and Flumble's aid when they're in trouble. Sir Dadadoo has canonically interacted with one of these individuals. And Sir Dadadoo probably hates his guts. Mr. Kabobman farms some gunpowder. Banban makes a highly convincing threat to Nab. But they're friends! Lil Beak shares some iron with Jumbo Josh and Lil Beak's deep dark raid was a disaster. A warden canonically can kill Jumbo Josh. Bittergiggle's nether raid went horrible. Bittergiggle was slain by a magma cube. I don't know of any jokes for you, Bittergiggle. I'm sorry, I'm ashamed. Stinger Flynn shares some arrows with Slowsling. Very uncharacteristic. Stinger Flynn would not share. Nabnalina offers Truffletoot a good trade, which they accept. Neither of these characters can talk. How do they trade? Mr. Kabobman, Sheriff Toaster, and Sir Dadadoo consider being in an alliance together but decide against it. Queenbound City's narrator went horribly, was shot by a piglin. Well, I guess Sheriff Toaster wasn't there to help this time. Banban offers a few times to Ramamba. Banban cannot do the very kills Ramamba. Kittysaurus, Tartarbird, Banbalina, Captain Phils, Tomataki and Chomataki, and Zolfius explore the map as a group. It's funny because we have some small characters, some big characters, and some humongous characters. I don't even know how Zolfius is gonna die. Team Nomad has Little Beak on yellow, Truffletoot for Cabin Underground Rubies, and Furious Shards has Beargiggle, and Plains Overseers has Jumbo Josh. Oh, Banbalina, Sir Dadadoo, Tartarbird, Singerflynn, Zolfius raid the server's nether fortress, while Captain Fiddles, Kitty Source, and Sheriff Toaster's Deep Dark raid was a disaster. Oh my gosh, the Deep Dark is killing everyone. Beanbound Celia drops Dripstone on Ramamba as a prank. If anything, that's just gonna give it a third horn. Syringin steals valuables from Jumbo Josh. Considering Syringin's smart and Jumbo Josh as well, the dumbest character in the series, yeah, that would happen. Honestly, Syringin could do it right in front of Jumbo Josh, and Jumbo Josh wouldn't know. Flumbo steals the enchanting table. Flumbo! Sharing is caring. The enchanting table is not yours. Truffletoot and Banban talk about the other players. Okay, this is an interaction I can see happen, although Banban's the only one speaking. Brushista, Peelberg, Bittergiggle, Nab, and Nabnalina harass the other players with goat horns. Okay. Sir Dadadoo and Captain Fiddle sing The House of the Rising Sun together. There was a house in New Orleans they called the Rising Sun, and it was the ruin of many the poor boy. No. I cannot do. I don't know how Sir Daddy would sing. Stinger Flynn offers Tomataki and Chomataki, Peeler Bird, Miss Bobman, So Celine, and Sheriff Toaster a large amount of resources. Stinger Flynn, stop being uncharacteristic. You do not share. You are not nice. You are annoyed by everyone and everything. Ramamba unsuccessfully makes a sale pitch to Tartarbird, Nabnab, and Zolfius, probably because you can't speak, and because 2 of the 3 people here can't speak either. Truffletoot ruminates on their game plan. What's Shoveltude's game plan? Being cute? Banban and Bittergill scare Queen Boncelia. Bittergill just started to tell a joke, and Queen Boncelia like, "No jokes in my presence!" Syringin and Littlebeak share some gear with Kitty Source and Nabnalina. Okay? Brashista, Banban, and Flumbo listened in on Jumbo Josh. Queen Boncelia kills Tarbird and Nano's pet. Zophius forgot to sneak. Zophius was slain by Warden. Zophius is like the quietest character in the series. And he's a giant moving beast. How? Bittergill promises to come to Brashista and Socialine's aid if they're in trouble. Kitty Source and Sheriff Toaster offer Rumamba, Sir Dadadoo, and Banban a large amount of resources. Flumbo proposes a truce with Nabnalina. No, Stinger Flynn steals Jumbo Josh and Little Big Trivia. Now that is much more uncharacteristic with Stinger Flynn. Shoveltooth, Strange and Peelbird steal Mr. Kebabman's banner. He can't do anything. He's Mr. Kebabman. Banban and Tomataki and Chamataki read through Woodland Mansion. There's a Woodland Mansion. Flumbo, Opeelabird, Tartarbird, Tomataki and Chamataki, Sir Dadadoo, Jumbo Josh, and Nabnab play a fun British game. No one dies, thankfully. Zophius and Brashista sing the House of the Rising Sun together. I would sing it, but I do not speak Spanish, and therefore cannot do a Zophius voice, because we have only heard Zophius speak Spanish, although he is bilingual. Sheriff Toaster eat Rumamba and Banbalina's car. Oh my gosh. The fact that Banbalina, yes, a car. Rumamba, no. It would be funnier if it was Stinger Flynn's car. Truffletooth steals valuables from Queen Boncelia. You steal from the Queen? Okay. Stinger Flynn and Abnilly off Kitty Source's amount of large amount of resources. Stinger Flynn, I go back to being uncharacteristic. Socine forgot to check their health before throwing a pearl. Socine hit the ground too hard. Socine, you have foresight. You have visions. But apparently your foresight could not see you dying. Mr. Kebabman collects some skulk sensors. Littlebeak offers a few diamonds to Captain Vittles and Syringin. Team Nomads has 2 yellows. They have the second least amount of lives out of any team. Nope, never mind. They're third. Furious Shards, because Zophius and Beargill. Anyway, this team, by the way, is overpowered. They got Jumbo Josh, Sheriff Toaster, Stinger Flynn, and Nabnalina. 3 of these are absolute tanks in the Banban universe. Nabnalina's Nabnalina. She does basically nothing. Most of the characters don't even know she exists. Syringin, Mr. Kebabman, and Banban eat Banbalina, Stinger Flynn's, and Rumamba's car. It's probably owned by Stinger Flynn, and the others are just riding with him. Zophius and Captain Phils discuss who they think will win. Probably not them. They're both on yellow. Bittergill and Kitty Source raid the server's nether fortress. Littlebeak's mansion raid went horribly wrong. Littlebeak was slain by a Vindicator. Littlebeak is now on red. Littlebeak is the first person on red. Socine kills Tartarbirds and Nabnalina's pets. No one can have pets on this place, on this server. Opeelabird crafts some end crystals. You're not even on red. Rumamba and Syringin fire arrows in Flumbo's path. Rumamba doesn't have hands. And Syringin, I don't think his hands would give him the ability to fire a bow in the first place. I don't know. Tochi shared some gear with Stinger Flynn. Was it the Queen's? Sir Dadadoo imprisons Bittergill for a few moments. Sir Dadadoo probably got fed up with Bittergill's jokes. Canfield's Sheriff Toaster shown dug straight down, and are both on red. Sheriff Toaster on red's dangerous. Canfield's, he's Captain Fiddles. Ooga booga booga oo. Banban and Littlebeak steal from Queen Boncelia, Brashista, and Jumbo Josh. Mr. Kebabman places torches around the map. With what hands? Sir Dadadoo, Bittergill, and Littlebeak were overwhelmed by mobs at night. Bittergill is now red. Littlebeak has been eliminated! No! Our precious Littlebeak. A fight breaks out as Sheriff Toaster attacks Jumbo Josh. Jumbo Josh tries to swim in lava to escape Sheriff Toaster. That sounds about right, and yet not right at the same time. Jumbo Josh would fight Sheriff Toaster. Sheriff Toaster would trap Jumbo Josh. Jumbo Josh is now in red. Oh boy, the server is in danger. Syringin proposes a truce with Banban and Opeelabird. A fight breaks out as Captain Phils attacks Banbalina. Banbalina retaliates so fiercely their opponents back off. Banbalina probably taught Captain Fiddles that violence is the answer. Or not the answer. Or something. And then went, oh! And thought about it for a while, and Banbalina ran away. Brashista, Truffletooth, Flambeau, Queen Bonzilia, Remamba, and Tartarbird play a fun British game. No one dies, thankfully. Syringe and Bagel steal Furious Shard's cows. Sheriff Toaster and Banban sing The House of the Rising Sun together. There was a house in New Orleans they called the Rising Sun. It was the ruin of many, the poor boy. Doom, bum, boom, boom, boom. Captain Phil's and Mr. Bobman fire arrows and Stinger flanking Peeler Bird's path. Socially and Jimbo Josh explore the map as a group. Josh would just attack Celine. Sir Dadadoo and Nabnab raid the Deep Dark. That is the first successful Deep Dark raid. Sophius kills Kitty Saurus's pets. Oh my gosh. The pets are not safe. Safe on this server. Yeah, so Furious Shards are not doing well. They are the entire traffic light. Sophius shares some food with Nabnab. Tamataki and Chamataki, Opila Bird, and Tarda Bird unsuccessfully make a sales pitch to Truffletooth and Mr. Bobman, probably because none of them can speak. They screech really loudly though. Brashista and Kitty Saurus share some iron with Remamba and Jumbo Josh. Stinger Flynn crafts some TNT. Queen Bouncelia and Banban have made an alliance. They're the team band. Syringin and Banban share some sugarcane with Bittergiggle. Nabnalina and Flumble listen in on Sheriff Toaster. Banban and Remamba sing The House of the Rising Sun together. Tamataki and Chamataki collect some dripstone. Captain Fields promises to come to Stinger Flynn's aid if they're in trouble. Stinger Flynn's probably not gonna accept that. Queen Bouncelia calls Tarbert, her Mr. Bomb, and Jumbo Josh Socine and Sophius washed up. I mean, based on the fact that Jumbo Josh was one of the first red, yeah, he is kind of washed up. Truffletooth steals Sir Dadadoo and Kitty Saurus's banners. Truffletooth, you little thief! A fight breaks out as Barricade attacks Banbalina and Nabnalina. Not the Alina's, Banbalina manages to teleport away. Nabnalina hit the ground too hard while trying to escape Barricade. Nabnalina, you can literally climb any surface. And you die to fall damage. Okay. Fight breaks out as Sheriff Toaster attacks Field Bird. Sheriff Toaster convinces a Field Bird to leave them alone. What? Syringin spends far too long trying to get goat horns. Can't he surgically operate on the goats? Syringin, Sir Dadu, Stinger Flynn, and Brashista explore the map as a group. Nabnab steals Queen Bouncey's trivia bot. Nabnab, you thief! The trivia bot isn't gonna be your friend. It can't even can speak, but still. Banbalina, Sophius, and Mr. Kebabman offer Tartarbird, Banban, and Opila Bird a good trade which they accept. A fight breaks out as Jumbo Josh attacks Truffletooth. Truffletooth is dead. Or not. Honestly, that is how that interaction will probably end up. Truffletooth would just run away. A fight breaks out as Bittergiggle attacks Socine. Bittergiggle dodges arrow shots as they flee. How can Bittergiggle flee from Socine? Socine is the fastest character in the series, which is strange. But we question it. Kitty Saurus, Flambeau, and Tamataki and Chamataki flood the team perimeter's base with water. One of these is aquatic in nature, so this could be a benefit. Remamba and Sheriff Toaster steal from Team Perimeter's chest. Team Perimeter is not doing well. Captain and Nabnalina sing The House of the Rising Sun together. Jumbo Josh and Slow Sling come to Remamba and Kitty Saurus's aid when they were attacked by mob. Why? Sophius, Flambeau, Tamataki and Chamataki, and Stinger Flynn invade the Deep Dark. A fight breaks out as Captain Fiddles attacks Opila Bird and Captain Fiddles gives up chase. Honestly, Opila Bird's fast. I'm not surprised. Tara Bird's got supplies in a secret chest. What is it, their stomach? They can hold key cards in there. Why not their supplies? Syringe and Truffletooth raid the deep dark. Nab helps Banbalina and Brushista set up a farm. A fight breaks out as Sheriff Toadster attacks Sir Dadu. Sheriff Toadster sneaks away. Why does Sheriff Toadster have to sneak away? He's the aggressor! This makes no sense. Banban and Queen Bouncelia raid the server's Nether Fortress. Team Band. Flumbo is the only player without an alliance, which honestly seems canonically accurate. Syringin and Mr. Kebabman discuss who they think will win. Syringin probably thinks it's gonna be him, because he has an ego. Queen Bouncelia finds a frog, they keep it as a pet. Queen Bouncelia, that frog is not going to survive. We have seen what happens to pets on this. They all perish inevitably. Tomataki and Rumamba raid the server's Nether Fortress. Sir Dadadoo burns down Sophius and Apila Bird's base. A fight breaks out as Berigo attacks Tartarbird. Tartarbird sinks away. Truffletooth and Nab shoot him straight down. Truffletooth is now on red. Truffletooth, you were doing so well. And Nab, you can literally climb on walls. Stinger Flynn promises to come to Captain Phil's aid if they're in trouble. That is a lie. Nabnalina, Sheriff Toaster, Flumbo, and Kittysaurus raid the server's Nether Fortress. I'm surprised it has anything left in it. A fight breaks out as Sheriff Toadster attacks Syringin. Syringin was shot by Sheriff Toadster. He got toasted, boys! Honestly, that would be a very satisfying way for Syringin to go out in the actual series. A fight breaks out as Truffletooth attacks Stinger Flynn. Stinger Flynn tried to swim in lava to escape Truffletooth. It's not quite sun rays on your skin, buddy. And it's probably worse. Nabnalina proposes the truth with Rumamba. These two weren't even alive during the same periods of time. Unless Rumamba's alive, but I highly doubt that. Banbalina promises to come to Tomataki and Chomataki's aid if they're in trouble. A fight breaks out as Berigo attacks Apila Bird. Apila Bird was mazed by Berigo. Banban tapes a cat to keep it as a pet. Banban, that's not gonna survive. That's not gonna live. Brushista, Mr. Bobman, Kittysaurus help Sophius and Captain Phil set up a farm. You don't have a farm by session 6? Ouch. Banbalina promises to come to Kittysaurus' aid if they're in trouble. Truffletooth organizes their chest. Brushista and Kittysaurus offer Tartarbird and Sir Dadadoo a large amount of resources. You do not want to give Sir Dadadoo resources. Nab and Flumbo eat Rumamba, Tomataki and Chomataki, and Syringin's car. Queen Bouncelia runs into Stinger Flynn, Catchfills, and Peelbird's force. After some light chatter, they part ways. Once again, only half of these characters can speak! A fight breaks out as Sheriff Toadster attacks Banban. Banban was shot by Sheriff Toadster. Get toasted! A fight breaks out as Jumbo Josh attacks Sophius. Sophia sneaks away. This both makes sense since he's so quiet, and doesn't make sense since he's so big. Queen Bouncelia tames some wolves. Syringin finds diamonds. A fight breaks out as Captain Phil's attacks Banbalina, Flumbo, and Nabna. Banbalina convinces Captain Phil to leave them alone, probably with another math lesson. Flumbo swims to safety. Nabnalina dodges arrows shot at them as they flee. Brushista offers a few diamonds to Apila Bird. Bitter, Giggle, Truffletooth, Sophius, and Tartarbird talk about the other players. Well, two of them right here are red. The other one is a giant sneaky, and Tartarbird's Tartarbird. The first word in his name is cake in another language. Sir Dadadoo steals valuables from Socially, Nab, and Jumbo Josh. A fight breaks out as Sheriff protects Mr. Bobman. Mr. Kebabman hits the ground too hard while trying to escape Sheriff Toadster. I am surprised Mr. Kebabman has not died yet. He is Mr. Kebabman. Kittysaurus, Rumamba, and Stinger Flynn raid the server's Nether Fortress. Is there anything left in it? Yeah, plain Overseer. Furious Shards are not doing well. Flumbo, Banbalina, Tartarbird, Tomataki, Brushista, and Rumamba are the only ones left on green, while Jumbo Josh, Sheriff Toaster, Barry Giggle, Truffletooth, and Captain Fiddles are all red. Next session. A fight breaks out as Captain Fiddles and Sheriff Toaster attack Tomataki and Chomataki. Tomataki was slain by Sheriff Toaster. He got toasted. Sophius and Kittysaurus discuss who they think will win. A fight breaks out as Truffletooth attacks Flumbo, but they're friends! Flumbo hides in a hole until the danger passes. Nabnalina organizes their chest. Nab, Bitter, Giggles, Syringin, and Tartarbird and Mr. Bobman in the forest. After some light chatter, but at least only one half of this group can speak. Flynn's narrator went horribly, was slain by a zombified pig. He's a jellyfish. He isn't meant to be in the literal Minecraft version of HE double hockey stick. Stinger Flynn is now red. This is either a really bad thing, or it will mean absolutely nothing. Because either Stinger Flynn will use his powers and abilities to absolutely annihilate anyone who gets in his way, or he's just gonna have given up by now. Both are canonically accurate. Greenbound Celia collects some dripstone. Tartar Bird tames some wolves. Fight breaks out, Truffle 2 attacks Tomataki and Tomataki. Tomataki and Tomataki was blown up by Truffle 2. You need to stop eating those fireworks, buddy. Nabnillia's wind starts off by Truffle 2. So slaying Bo and Banban play a fun British game while everyone is dying around them. Speaking of dying around them, a fight breaks out as Bitter Giggle attacks Nab-Nab. Nab-Nab was wind charged off by Bitter Giggle. Nab-Nab is now on red. Jumbo Josh spent some time fishing. He wouldn't catch anything. Sophiist, Opila Bird, Captain Phils, and Kitty Swords discuss who they think will win. A fight breaks out as Stinger Flynn attacks Queen Bouncy and Mr. Ballman. Queen Bouncy, the attacker, gives up chase. Mr. Ballman hides in a hole until danger passes. Sir Dad entrance Deep Dark Raid was a disaster. Isn't that like the entire kingdom is now on red? Or at least the former group. A fight breaks out Sir Dad attack from Mamba. Remember was doomed to fall by Sir Dadu. He can climb on walls. Sheriff Toaster placed a block on top of an observer. Ooh. A fight breaks out as Namnalina attacks Stinger Flynn. Stinger Flynn sneaks away. A fight breaks out as Bittergill attacks Sophius and Nab-Nab. Sophius was blown up by Bittergill, who is now on red. He just wanted to hear some jokes. Nab-Nab loses their assailant to the woods. A fight breaks out as Tomataki and Tomataki attack Tartarbird and Squellman. Tartarbird convinces Tomataki and Chaw to leave them alone, probably by screeching very loudly in their faces. Mr. Bobman was doomed to fall by Tomataki and Tomataki. Mr. Bobman is now on red. That is probably the least threatening thing ever. Flambeau eats Captain Fiddle's car. Flambeau, you are going to get to after the Fiddles. Banbelina helps Bashis to set up a farm. How are these people still on green if they don't have a farm? Opila Bird makes him lay her banner with Queen Bouncy, Truffle 2, and Kitty Source. Only one person here can talk. One could toot, though. Virgo's kicked from Furious Shards. Oh, but he's been red forever. What did he do? Tell them a really bad joke? Yeah, that's probably what happened. Bashista, Mr. Bauman, and play a fun British game. Tarbird's another raid went horribly wrong. He was slain by a wither skeleton. A fight breaks out as Nab-Nab attacks Sheriff Toadster. Nab-Nab was finished off by a mob escaping Sheriff Toadster. Nab-Nab's been eliminated. He just wanted friends. And maybe a little bit of blood. Or Jivanium. A little bit of Jivanium. A fight breaks out. Captain Phil attacks and Syringe was shot by Captain Phil. I mean, the Syringe's been eliminated. I mean, the brothers have been saying Captain Phil's is important. Maybe he's going to be the one to off Syringe. Did I just predict how Syringe dies? Oh my gosh. Kitty Saurus, Queen Bouncy, and Banban steal from Fury Shark's chest. Banban organizes their chest. A fight breaks out as Stinger Flynn attacks Ramamba. Ramamba hit the ground trying to escape Stinger Flynn. Why are Ramamba's deaths just fall damage? Ramamba's now in red. That is horrifying. A fight breaks out as Sophius attacks Jumbo Josh and Opila Bird. Jumbo Josh's attack gives up chase. Opila Bird was blown up by Sophia. Rashiska, Banbelina, and Flumbar, the only ones in green mode. Plains Overseers is entirely red. So is Plains Coven. The only team not to have any reds are the Team Band. Session 8, Queen Bouncy comes to Sophie and Mr. Bauman's aid when they're attacked by mob. A fight breaks out as Truffle 2 attacks Opila Bird. Opila Bird was shot by Truffle 2. The fight breaks out as Captain Phil's and Sheriff Toaster attack Banban. Banban was shot by Captain Phil. Banban is now on red. A fight breaks out as Barracuda attacks Banbelina. Banbelina drowned while trying to escape Barracuda. A fight breaks out as Sophie Stingerflint attacks Jumbo Josh. This might be the only way to kill Jumbo Josh. Never mind, he takes Raphudes. A fight breaks out as Namnalina attacks Breshista. Breshista drowned while trying to escape Namnalina. A fight breaks out as Sir Dadu attacks Key Source and Ramamba. Key Source dodged Sheriff's fleet. Ramamba was slain by Sir Dadu. Ramamba has been eliminated. A fight breaks out as Truffle 2 attacks Stinger Flynn. Stinger Flynn was shot by Truffle 2. Truffle 2! Carter Bird, Mr. Ballman, and Slow Slane discuss who they think will win. It's definitely not Stinger Flynn or Ramamba. A fight breaks out as Sir Dadu attacks Banbelina and Zophius. Banbelina tries to swim in lava to escape Sir Dadu. Banbelina is now red. Zolfius was blown up by Sir Dadu. Zolfius has been eliminated. Furious Shards has fallen apart. A fight breaks out as Jumbo Josh attacks Flumbo and Brashista. Flumbo tried to swim in lava to escape Jumbo Josh. Is there any greens left? Brashista hit the ground too hard while trying to escape from Josh. Brashista is now on red. A fight breaks out as Sheriff Toaster attacks Banban. Banban was doomed to fall by Sheriff Toaster. Banban has been toasted into Elimination Town. Captain Fiddles finds diamonds. Yay, Captain Fiddles! Team Perimeter going to attack Team Band. Banbalina was slain by Mr. Kabobman. Banbalina! You died to literally the least threatening character in the entire series. Seems on brand. Queen Bouncelia went off for the bang by a fireworks shot with Sir Dadu. Queen Bouncelia is now red. A fight breaks out as Brashista attacks Flumbo. Flumbo burns to a crystal while fighting Brashista. A fight breaks out as Truffle2 attacks Tarbird, Queen Bouncelia. Tarbird hits the ground too hard while trying to escape Truffle2. A fight breaks out as Tomataki and Tomataki attack Sir Dadu. Sir Dadu was slain by Tomataki and Tomataki. So, I just got a milkshake. We'll be right back after the scheduled milkshake break. And we're back. A fight breaks out as Sheriff Toaster attacks K-Source. But K-Source loses their sound to the woods. Now Delia puts out a few buckets of lava. Sosaline gives some food. Sosaline gives some food. Some food to Plains Overseers. Now Delia carefully pushes a minecart onto a closed door. A fight breaks out as Jumbo Josh Sosaline drowned while trying to escape Jumbo Josh. Apparently, snails can't swim. Sosaline is now on red. A fight breaks out as Brashista attacks Truffle2. Truffle2 hides in a hole until the danger passes. A fight breaks out as Tarbird attacks K-Source. Tarbird was shot by K-Source. Tarbird has been eliminated. A fight breaks out as Mr. Kabobman attacks Flumbo. Mr. Kabobman was blown up by Flumbo and has been eliminated. Sheriff Toaster puts out a few buckets of lava. Kittysaurus is the only yellow player left. Everyone else is on red. It's time for the finale. Kittysaurus shares some iron with Captain Fiddles. A fight breaks out as Barricule attacks Nabnalina. Nabnalina drowns while trying to escape Bittergoo. A fight breaks out as Sheriff Toaster attacks Flumbo. Flumbo swims to safety. Fight breaks out as Truffle2 attacks Brashista and Tomataki. Brashista was maced by Truffle2 and was Tomataki was finished off by a mob who saved Truffle2. Truffle2, why do you have such a large kill count? Plains Coven has fallen apart. Keysource tramples Sheriff Toaster's crops. That's one way to get toasted. Queen Bouncelia and Flumbo break Nabnalina's TNT minecart. Jumbo Josh blocks up Nabnalina's lava. With what? Debris from walking over it? Fight breaks out as Captain Fiddles attacks Truffle2. Truffle2 swims to safety. You cannot kill the Truffle2. Sheriff Toaster and Truffle2 raid the deep dark. A fight breaks out as Jumbo Josh attacks Captain Fiddles. Captain Fiddles was finished off by a mob who tried to escape Jumbo Josh and has been eliminated. Barricule has joined Plains Overseer. Queen Bouncelia imprisons Flumbo for a few minutes. Hasn't this poor dude been through enough imprisonment? He was locked in a closet for most of his existence. A fight breaks out as Truffle2 attacks Kittysaurus. Truffle2 is whipped off by Kittysaurus. Kittysaurus killed the most violent mushroom in all of existence. And has 2 kills as a yellow name. Captain Underground Roomies has fallen apart. Jumbo Josh tried to swim in Sheriff Toaster's trap. Now that is how Jumbo Josh dies. In one of Sheriff Toaster's traps. Jumbo Josh has been eliminated. Barricule collects some dripstone. A fight breaks out as Flumbo attacks Bouncelia. Flumbo hit the ground too hard while trying to escape Queen Bouncelia. Flumbo has been eliminated. Plains Overseers are going into a battle against Team Nomads. Sosaline went off with a bang by a fireworks shot by Bittergiggle. Team Nomads is falling apart. A fight breaks out. Sheriff Toaster attacks Queen Bouncelia. Queen Bouncilia shot by Sheriff Toaster. Queen Bouncilia got toasted! Betrayal of the finest! Team Band has fallen apart. Kittysaur spends far too long trying to get goat horns. Barrigale links an observer to a powered rail. Sheriff Toaster thinks about their strategies to win. If 5 pixels, Barrigale attacks Kittysaurus. Kittysaurus retaliates so fiercely that opponent backs off. It's more like Barrigale didn't have the heart to kill Kittysaurus. 3 people remain. Kittysaurus on the island, Sheriff Toaster, and Barrigale. A 5 pixels, Barrigale attacks Kittysaurus, Sheriff Toaster. Barrigale is finished off by a mob while escaping Sheriff Toaster. Bitter! Sheriff Toaster kills Barrigale again! Sheriff Toaster takes refuge in a nearby base. At 5 pixels, Sheriff Toaster attacks Kittysaurus. Kittysaurus was maced by Sheriff Toaster, is now on red. A 5 pixels, as Kittysaurus attacks Sheriff Toaster. This is it. Sheriff Toaster retaliates so fiercely their opponent backs off. They go back in. Sheriff Toaster was slain by Kittysaurus. Sheriff Toaster's been eliminated. And Kittysaurus is the winner for Team Perimeter with 3 kills. Here's some other fun stats. Sheriff Toaster toasted 11 people, with Truffletube appearing to be his second with 8 kills, and Bittergill in third kill spot with 7 kills. This was insane. I think I lost my mind. I think I lost any ounce of sanity I have left, which wasn't a lot. And I'm willing to lose more sanity by doing this again with the rules of flat, which means starting the last life, 6 lives, and the blue. Let me know if you want that. And see you guys next time. Keep on making.